Hello everybody, welcome back to my sunroom here in East Tennessee at the end of January 2023. It's been a month since I did my last blooms tour, and I just kind of wanted to share some things that are going on back here in my sunroom and also in my home where I grow many plants. And I wanted to share with you the gorgeous blooms and buds on Big Red. Yes, he's starting to bloom again. He really likes this corner of the sunroom that I wasn't really using for anything before. I moved him back here, and yeah, so now he's got his own zip code back here. I've kind of figured out that I need to add one more light to the very back of him because the back is not budding out. So that means it's not getting enough light to rebloom. So I'm going to have to give him another grow light, but I just wanted to share with you the beauty. The intense red of this Thanksgiving cactus is just so beautiful. My channel is sponsored by the Orchid Supply Store. They sell everything you need to grow your orchids or any type of plants you have. What you see here is they have Orchiata, they have New Zealand sphagnum moss, they have professional blend potting mixes that are awesome. They've got orchid pots, they've got slotted orchid pots, they've got everything that you need to grow. And if you place your order and use my coupon code, Amy, then you'll receive a 12% viewer's discount. So let's get to some beautiful blooms. As you see, my Val Sogo red poker here, she is starting to bloom out. The color of that bloom is as deep purple without being black as I have ever seen. And of course, this is my Val Sogo Vivian. She has huge blooms this time around. I don't know if I ever told you all this, but when I got her 5 years ago, she had been dropped on the floor, obviously at the store, and practically kicked across the store. So the floral manager said, this plant is probably never going to do anything. And as you see, she's done very well. These two are in my bark and moss sandwiches. It's the top layer is bark, the middle is moss, and the bottom layer is bark. They have done so well, and the root systems have done fantastically. Just to give you a close-up of the root system to my Val Sogo Tahiti, see, it's Val Sogo Lawrence Tahiti Sunset. There we go. That's a long name. This is in the bark and moss sandwich, and as you see, this orchid hardly had any roots in the springtime. I've really been impressed in how they have done in this mixture of bark and moss. It's amazing. And here's another viewer favorite, my Den Solea Champu. She has 2 spikes this year. Look at these gorgeous little blooms. When they first bloom out, they are so charming because the margins are just a little bit more pronounced, and the veining is so pretty. It's got that deep pink here that I think is just so pretty. So those just bloomed out, and I had to share that with you. And then of course she's got the spike on the back end of this plant too. So she has really outdone herself this year. I'm so very proud. I love. Well, let me get that into focus for you. It's like she takes up a city block and she's a miniature now. Look at this, how pretty. I think she is just gorgeous. She's one of my favorites. And you have to see my little Vanda falcata. The little samurai orchid. He is absolutely beautiful. He hasn't developed any flowers yet, but I just want you to see how pretty he is. The Japanese say that when you have one of these, that you are to appreciate the foliage, even when they're not blooming. You're supposed to appreciate the foliage every day. And I just sit and look at him. I think he's absolutely beautiful and charming. I love this plant as well. And here is my white Thanksgiving cactus, and this is just proof positive that when you have a Thanksgiving cactus in the right kind of light, they just continue to bud and bloom out for you through the winter. This is in front of my sunroom door where Big Red used to be. And this one is starting to bloom, and it's got buds all over the plant because this one gets sunlight from every direction. So I will be doing a special video dedicated to Snow White and Big Red when they bloom out a little bit more, because these plants are just, they're so magnificent. And Phal Matuo King Bellina is still in bloom. She smells absolutely wonderful. I've told you all about the fragrance. I am rather sensitive to fragrances, but her fragrance is a fruity fragrance that does not bother me at all. It's absolutely a stunning scent. It's as beautiful as the bloom. And then there is my Tolumnia Gyric Flyer Cardinal Bird. Tolumnias are now my new favorite thing. I am planning on getting some more of these. They have done splendidly. I'm getting really good root growth. I'm growing them in New Zealand sphagnum moss, and the roots are taking off. I've got another one that's getting ready to bloom soon. I'm going to have to do a video on that as well, but they've done really well. And I don't know, I just think that they're charming, and I love these little plants. The foliage on them also really speaks to me. The little fans, I just love that. So there's my beautiful cardinal bird. And here's my beautiful Phal Legato, the peloric one. Oh my goodness, it is hard to talk and look at this one at the same time. During the day, as the light hits it in different ways, she looks different. So if you'll notice in my next video, she's going to have different shading on her than what you see here. It's just like she changes throughout the day. Some days I see a little bit more pink. Some days I see a little bit more of that yellow. But that is beauty that just has to be shared. I just love this orchid. Just the shape of her petals are, it's just a pretty, pretty orchid. Love sharing this with you all every single year. And what I'm showing you right now are Tolumnia roots. This little orchid is very, very happy. It has grown a lot of roots just in 2 months. This one is my Gyric Flyer butterfly. And let me show you. It's going to bloom very, very soon. Cannot wait to show you all this one. I have been on the Hauserman site. This is where I got my Tolumnias. And I'm making plans in the spring to expand my Tolumnia collection. These little plants, they're just charming. As you see the foliage, I mean, how cute is that? How cute is that? It's just, they're just adorable. They're compact. They don't weigh anything. I love these little guys. And these fans, they do remind me of my Vanda falcata, the little fans. Slightly different though, but I love the blooms on these little Tolumniums. Did I say Tolumniums? Tolumnias, there we go. And I have to share some African violet blooms with you all. This one is an African violet that Tammy sent me. This one's called Miss Paula. She got this from a lady who grows these, and she gives them away. And look at just the overachiever that she is. Absolutely gorgeous. This one is the one that blooms white in the winter, and it also blooms white the first time that it blooms, and it blooms purple in the spring and summer. I've never seen an African violet so full of blooms ever. I think that is just so beautiful. Here are some of my other African violets I wanted to share with you. My friend Sharon in Arizona, she sent me this one, and I absolutely love the sugar coating on these blooms. And I also love the way that the blooms are actually bigger than the leaves. Yeah, that one is starting to bloom back out, and it's going to have another beautiful bloom cycle. It just got through blooming, so it must really be happy. This one is one that Tammy sent me. She's had this one for a few years, and I love the color of these blooms. This one also has a sugar coating. It's very, very sparkly. The sparkles on this are like pink. So I've got this gorgeous, you all know I love purple. And I love this purple and white variegation. And then here is Frozen in Time. Since I've been growing it under grow lights, the blooms look a little bit more, they have a little bit more of a purple flush to them than they used to. So anytime you're growing African violets, if you can supplement them with a little bit of LED light, the blooms just end up being so much more vibrant and pretty. So love these violets. So I think I'll end the video here. There's some more things that are budding out that I'm going to share with you. My Cattleya that Patrick gave me has got 3 huge spikes. It's going to be absolutely beautiful when it blooms. I'm standing here looking at it because it's in my dining room window. But I think I'm going to wait to share that with you all when it starts blooming out. It is going to be spectacular. And while we're looking at this gorgeous African violet, let me just let you all know, I appreciate you all so much for watching. Thank you for going on this little tour with me. It has been a lot of fun. I hope that this has just been a nice, relaxing time for you all. And just know that you are a blessing to me. I appreciate your all's friendship so much. And before I end the video, I'd love to say the blessing over you, your families, and your plants. May the Lord bless you and keep you. Make His face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord turn His face toward you and give you His peace. You all make it a great day, and we'll talk to you next time.